Good day and welcome to Democracy Watch. I am Ademolu Okuneye. The National Assembly has been one reference point in terms of Nigerians' opinion concerning democracy in the country. While some have the impression that the National Assembly has actually performed to an expectation, some say it has not. This is one of the reasons why we want Senator Adegbenga Kaka to be in the studio again. Don't forget, he was here last week and we could actually not touch on the National Assembly. Today, we still have in the studio the senator representing Ogun East Senatorial District, Senator Adegbenga Kaka. You're welcome to Democracy Watch.
Well, thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be with you once again. And viewers, like I said last week, in the spirit of Ramadan, I say Ramadan Kareem.
Now, I actually want you to actually react to this particular impression concerning the National Assembly. Has it performed to an expectation, or has it not met the people's yearning? Especially when you take a look at the fact that you have been part of the system, and especially in the Senate. Taking a look at the Senate, the present Senate, which you belong to.
Well, we have to look at things in perspectives. One, from where are we coming from? We moved from the 6th Senate to the 7th Senate. Yes, the expectation of Nigerians very high because of so many challenges. But it is the considered opinion of the generality that the 7th Senate is by far a better assembly than the 6th Senate in terms of quality of representation, in terms of what we have been able to do. We may attribute this to the fact that, well, maybe we are learning, and about 30% are also returning, and the sharpness of the newcomers also make them to blend so easily. So, putting all the factors together, when we look at the various challenges we have had in this country in the last 3 years, I would say that the National Assembly have performed. They have performed, and their performance may not be good enough or may be best enough for Nigeria. They have performed. You will realize that at the early part of this session, we had this fuel subsidy problem. It was about breaking the country. And it turned out that it was the National Assembly that actually stabilized the country. Then, when you look at the functions expected of the National Assembly, lawmaking, it is true that most of the bills that have been passed, many of them are executive bills. Again, maybe due to the learning process that had been the norm. But when you compare with the previous session, the number of private bills that had been passed is also impressive.
The program continues after this message. You're welcome back. It is still Democracy Watch. Well, you happened to be the vice chairman of the Agric and the Rural Development Committee at the Senate. To what extent would you say that this committee has been able to influence food production or agric development and rural development in Nigeria?
Well, I must give kudos to the minister. He came in as a Trojan horse, bubbling with ideas, and was able to put in place a good blueprint to uplift our agricultural system. But unfortunately, we have been starving that sector of the much needed fund. as far back as 2003, Nigeria was a signatory to the Maputo Declaration by all the African countries that were encouraged to ensure that 10% of their annual budget for 5 years is devoted to agriculture to prepare the necessary infrastructural facilities upon which development and growth of agriculture could be based.
But I want us to actually take a look at one particular bill you sponsored, the one on prohibition and and punishment of
for all electronic offenses.
Yes, and that really generated furore in Nigeria, especially talking about social media. So how did you feel? What actually informed that? Maybe briefly, so we can take a look at, because we have just a few minutes now.
Well, sincerely speaking, it was two different bills. The one strictly on electronic was sponsored by Senator Adegbenga in the 6th Senate, and it was inconclusive. Then, without me having knowledge of it, I brought in the financial crime bill. And when I presented the financial crime bill for the second reading, my attention was called to that one. And those who were present, in their wisdom, felt that yes, we should harmonize the two. I went back to drawing board, checked the two. I discovered that there are two independent bills. But since the Senate, in its wisdom, decided that yes, it must be brought together, then I went ahead and tried to bring those that we can match together, then those that are not, that are inseparable, that are not coalescible, I decided to make it into A and B. So in the course of that, we sought opinion from security agencies and others. So in the course of that, the clause 13 came in. So those who are mischievous went out of their way to say that yes, the entire bill should be condemned. That is, it was meant to gag social media. And after studying the whole thing, I realized that, well, in true sense of it, any unscrupulous leader can explore that thing also to gag the press. I'm a beneficiary, I was a beneficiary of free press. During Adeko days, we were in the trenches and we are doing whatever we like, exercising our rights. So there's no way I will have fallen into that one, maybe due to oversight. But immediately, I got the permission of the Senate to expunge that portion, and we have expunged it.
Okay.
So
thank you so much, Senator Adegbenga Kaka, one man you will describe as a grassroots politician and a man of the people. We thank you so much for coming on Democracy Watch.
Thank you very much.
Viewers, it's on this note that we end this edition of the program, Democracy Watch. Till next time, do have a wonderful time. Goodbye.